Good morning YouTube. Now with today's video, oh my god, I can't believe that this video is coming out and it's an absolute shocker. Top 10 most complimented no, the hell with that. No. If you are a regular to this channel, like you've been a long time viewer, you already know. No, I do not do those types of videos. But if you're a newcomer, please stick around, just don't leave. I know that you want compliments, but these fragrances here are all mass appealing. They might get you compliments if you have three things: attitude, confidence, and attire. I'm Mr. Levinstein from American Pie. You know the dad? You know the guy that tries to keep it real but have fun? I'm the guy out there. I'm the old man that tries to give you some reality, some truth, while still having fun. That's who I am. I'm not gonna try and sell you anything that you don't need. Before we get into it, leave me one of these. It does show YouTube that you like this type of content. If you're a newcomer, just stick around. I promise you that you will like this list. And they're not gonna break the bank. They're gonna be less than $90 Canadian. I'm from Toronto. So convert that, that's like $65, $70 tops USD, except for the first one, depending on where you get it. And that's gonna be Carolina Herrera CH Men Passion. This is a limited edition that came out in 2023, but you can get it on FragranceNet for $113 Canadian. But if you want to get a tester bottle without the box, but with the cap, perfumeonline.ca for $85 Canadian. That's like $60 USD. That's tremendous bang for your buck because this is a sensational fragrance that has a lot of woods. It's got like frankincense, it's got myrrh, iris, neroli, pink pepper, sandalwood, vanilla, tonka bean, and so on. What it pretty much is, if I were to do the note pyramid, it's going to be woods and iris. Then it's going to be amber, then I would say vanilla. The iris in this does add this powdery undertone. You have to like iris in order to really like this fragrance. This is sexy, but at the same time there's some classiness to it. That iris really just adds this classiness. And this made a video that I released today, smell amazing fragrances. This smells absolutely amazing. This for me is more of a night out fragrance, date, lounge. I do think that you could rock this to the club. The only downfall, if you're a young person rocking this to the club, is that because of the powdery undertone or that powderiness, some of the ladies might think that you're wearing a female fragrance. That's the only downfall. But like the amber, the woods, that mans this up. And this is long lasting. This is like 8 to 10 hours. I'm not going to go into great detail about these fragrances just for the sake of editing purposes, and a lot of people just don't want to hear me talk, so all reviews will be down in the description box below. But number 2 is another mass appealing fragrance that never really caught on, and that's going to be Lacoste Elegance. Elegance, you're thinking classy, an elegant fragrance, perfume, fragrance, whatever, right? No. This is not elegant. This is sexy, it's fun, it's playful. This is a night out fragrance. What you're gonna get from this one here: raspberry, dark chocolate, amber, musk, sandalwood, thyme, peppermints. What it pretty much is: dark chocolate, amber, and raspberry with a little bit of woods and a little bit of musk. This is sexy. It's more young than anything, in my opinion. There's nothing elegant about this. When you get older, you tend to, for the most part, kind of outgrow these sweet bombs, which this is, so less is more. If you're a young guy, here comes some Mr. Levinstein American Pie dad advice. When you're young, less is more. You don't, like, you're looking to get that lady's number or some attention. If you over apply with these sweet bombs, that could be not only cloying to you, but to the ladies as well. You want to attract the ladies, not repel them. Less is more. I think that no more than 4 sprays. 5 is gambling, but maybe, but ideally 3 to 4. Date, night. It's a great school fragrance as well. Almost forgot that. Let's go with something a little bit more masculine, shall we? That's going to be Viktor&Rolf Spicebomb. The original came out in 2012. You have to really like spicy fragrances. This has a lot of saffron, nutmeg, cinnamon. It's got like paprika or pimento, leather, tobacco. This is very much like what the name implies, spice bomb. This can be aggressive. This can be in your face. So very much like this one here, less is more. Less is more with a lot of these with pretty much all fragrances. Unless they're freshies, go a little bit more liberal on the applications, but generally with the heavier ones, less is more. Experiment, okay? But if you do more than like 8, 10 sprays, you're really just, you're gonna be repelling instead of getting the compliments that you're seeking. But this just spices, a dry like tobacco, leather. It's masculine bad boy, but at the same time, you can absolutely rock this with a suit and tie, even a tuxedo. Long lasting as well, 8 to 10 hours. Fragrance number 4, I'm gonna screw up the name, so I'm just gonna keep it short. John Varvatos Crimson. This is like John Varvatos, Nick Jonas Crimson, like JVNJ type of thing. This is a great scent, in my opinion, for a college student. Someone who only wants a few fragrances in their collection that's rather versatile. You know, you could dress this down, great for school, great for going to the class, but as well, it's a great date fragrance if you're going to like an important function where you have to dress up in a suit and tie. This as well. This has green apple, it's got rum, coffee, suede, it's got amber, saffron, incense, musk, lavender, patchouli, and so on. What it pretty much is, just warm spices, woods with some musky tones, and a slight boozy accord. And that apple is what adds this playfulness. It's not long lasting though, but it's just overall warm, spicy, amberine woods. It's nice. The coffee in this is actually kind of nice too, but it's not very prominent. It's kind of like the apple. It's not going to stay around for the entire duration of the scent life. And one that's just not going to break the bank, like 40, 50 bucks. Fragrance number 5 was hyped a lot back in the day from other influencers, but especially from a Jeremy fragrance, and I get it. This is the original, and I'll explain in a second. Montblanc Individuel. What do I mean by original, and what do I mean by Montblanc Individuel? Forgive my French-Canadian pronunciation. So if you're new, that's how I pronounce a lot of these French words. My pronunciation is just different from the proper Parisian. So we made it our own language. But what do I mean by original? Well, this smells a lot like Creed Original Santal. Original Santal is not original. They swagger jacked the DNA from Montblanc. This is ageless, but if you're looking for something that's more polished, more grown, go with the Original Santal, especially if you got that funds. But this has like raspberry, lavender, it's got like cinnamon, dark chocolate, sandalwood, vanilla. There's a lot going on. What it pretty much is, just that fruity strawberry, lavender, spices with woods. It's pretty versatile. You know, it's a great school fragrance. At the same time, you can also wear this on a date. It's a great date fragrance. It's a great night out. And I do think that you can rock this with a suit and tie. If you're a young guy, I think that this would be a great suit and tie fragrance. But if you're more of a grown-up, like you got the cheddar, you got the money to burn, go with the Original Santal. I find the Original Santal doesn't have that fruity raspberry. This does. And this is going to be about 6 to 7 hours tops. Next one is a great scent that's actually pretty sexy, and I can't believe I'm saying it, pretty versatile for this brand. I can't believe it. YSL Homme Wild, a versatile fragrance from YSL. I never thought that I would say that. This is actually quite nice. It's got pink pepper, it's got rum, woods, and of course white tobacco flower or some sort of white floral, like it's a tobacco flower. I don't get the tobacco flower on my skin. I do get it a little bit from here, but as well in the air. This is take number 2. I ended up filming this video earlier today. Wasn't very happy with it. But the white floral might come out more on your skin, but on my skin it's more spices, rum, and woods. It's a great scent. All of these fragrances here are all autumn and wintertime. Some might do a little bit better in the autumn, while some might do better in the wintertime. But this is great dressing down, something a little bit, maybe something a little bit more like something like this, stylish but casual, but at the same time suit and tie. There is that maturity component as well, and I would say that this is going to be one of the more mature fragrances from YSL, and longevity 6 to 7 hours. Next fragrance is not designer, but it's clone, yet it does get some comparisons to a niche fragrance of Serge Lutens Ambre Santal. I'm not going to say it's 100%, but there are some similarities to it, and that's going to be Armaf Niche Oud. This is classy, but it's sexy. It's the grown and sexy kind. What do I mean by grown and sexy? Pop culture. You know, I say that I'm not really into pop culture, but in all honesty, I really truly am. Think of Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child. Beyonce is like, you know, that's Queen Bee. Everybody thinks of Beyonce. You know, she's the #1. Well, I think that Kelly Rowland, beauty-wise, is more gorgeous than Beyonce. Sacrilegious, I know, but back then, think of Kelly Rowland when she was younger, in her 20s, Destiny's Child era. She was beautiful, but to where she's blossomed now, like, holy schmoly. She's got that simple, natural, girl next door beauty. Something wholesome. That's what I mean by grown and sexy. This is a beautiful fragrance that's very versatile, dressing it down, more sense of style to a tuxedo. You're gonna get caraway, black pepper, iris. The iris adds this powdery touch. You're gonna get vanilla, amber, some leather, some patchouli. And the funny thing is that you don't get oud. Where the hell is the oud? Niche Oud. If the oud is there, it's very commercial and it's, I can't pick it out. I don't like oud. Like really, truly, I don't like it unless it's more of like the commercial, more Western style. But in this, there's none. It really ain't none. It's more of a warm, spicy, ambery, woody scent with some vanilla. It's gorgeous. It's fantastic. Again, grown and sexy. And long lasting, like 8 to 10 hours. Let's go with a fragrance that's super cheap, like $25 Canadian. That's like less than $20 USD, okay? It's a bit of an older fragrance, came out in 2003, but it's a great scent for a young guy out there. Diesel's Zero Plus Masculine. This is actually pretty sexy. This is a great date fragrance. It's a lounge fragrance. This has warm spices of nutmeg, anise, cardamom, cinnamon. It's got some creamy vanilla, heliotrope. The heliotrope is what adds this powdery undertone. There's also going to be amber, musk, and apparently there's like florals of like jasmine, rose, lily of the valley, and so on. What it pretty much is, it's warm spices, amber, a whole lot of heliotrope with a Coca-Cola feel from that anise. It's great. Like this got a lot of attention back in the day. Like as I stated earlier, I'm like Mr. Levinstein. I'm like the goofy dad of Fragcom. I grew up with this. I've been doing this for over 11, it'll be 12 years in the summertime. August 3rd of 2013 is when I started my YouTube journey. This was popular back then. Not so much anymore. And I'm sure that if the female influencers were to plug this a bit, this is gonna get a lot of hype. This is a compliment beast if you got the right attitude, swagger, and demeanor. This is a great, it's more of a young man's fragrance than someone my age. I'm 47, haven't fully grown up, clearly, but like it's a great casual night out, like casual dinner, and then let's say afterwards a movie or billiards, somewhere where you gotta get a little close, and it's actually decent long lasting, 6 to 10 hours. Just experiment. I get about 8 to 9 hours, but less is more, okay? Really, less is more. Number 9 or number 2, again, not in any numerical order, but this stuff here is actually very masculine. So the most masculine ones in this video, this one, and Dolce & Gabbana, The One Eau de Parfum, EDP. This is ambery. It's warm spicy. You're gonna get a lot of cardamom, coriander, there's gonna be some basil, a whole lot of ginger. The ginger is what really energizes this fragrance. There's gonna be tobacco, which is like a pipe like dry tobacco, amber, and woods, or cedar. Ambery, tobacco, and spices. That's what this fragrance is. It's both bad boy and gently. So if you're a newcomer to this channel, what do I mean by that? Think of James Bond. James Bond, he knows how to dress. Suit and tie, tuxedo, he's well-mannered, he's worldly, he's very cultured and debonair. But at the same time, he's got the other side, the assassin side, where he knows how to get down and throw down, is what I mean by that. Leather jacket, black tee. This might stain a white tee, so play it safe, go with a black tee, all the way to a tuxedo. And last but not least, this, I was not mature enough, old enough to really appreciate this back in the day. My dad had this one and I hated it back then. Boucheron's Jaipur EDT came out in 1998, 1996, somewhere around that time. I was not ready for it. but boy do I love it now. This really does remind me of my dad. This has warm spices of cardamom and cinnamon. It's got loads of lemon, lime, and bergamot in the opening. You're gonna get some ambery benzoin, tonka bean, patchouli, some cedar. There is gonna be some florals, which I don't get. Kind of like this one here, I don't get lily of the valley, jasmine, or whatever's listed. But there's gonna be like rose, carnation, and jasmine in this one here. You might get it, but I don't. There's also gonna be this vanillic accord, vanilla. So some people say that the vanilla scent is coming from the benzoin. It might, I don't know. But this is sweet. It is warm, spicy, ambery, and woody. Sexy, but classy. Grown and sexy. Again, think of Kelly Rowland. Just think of Kelly Rowland. Oh my goodness. This is like this, but this will definitely shine with a suit and tie, but as well a tuxedo. And guys, that is top 10 most complimented. Nah, as I stated, I keep it real on this channel. I don't sell that complimented panty dropper stuff. I really truly don't. But I will do videos such as this. Sometimes I'll do the clickbaity stuff, but my channel is all about the affordability for the most part and for the common guy out there. I'm all about honesty. I'm not about selling. So if you like that aspect, and if you like this list, leave me one of these if you haven't done so, please. It does show YouTube. And if you're new and if you haven't done so, please subscribe for more content like this. I do mostly designer, but every now and then I'll do some niche videos, but more of the affordable niche for the most part. And because I didn't go into great detail about these fragrances, if you want to see the reviews, they will all be down in the description box below. What videos to watch next? Well, if you want to see a great leather video, check out right here. And if you want to see maybe an amber or a musk video, see, I'm a little bit trollish. I'll put amber and Elon Musk all together. Check out right here. So I thank you for your time. Take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.